All right, guys, you have to turn your cameras on, I think, so you can be visible on the screen as well. We are still waiting for all right, so we're still waiting for 2 people to join us. Not seen them as yet. We have to start. So if I do not see them in a minute or two, I will have to pick somebody else because we don't want to be sitting here and wasting time. So let's see. Welcome those who are watching online. How are you guys doing today? Haley, hi Haley. How are you doing? That Gabriel, I don't need Gabriel. You have to remind me of the names. I remember I tell you guys that I don't know. Nathaniel, hi Nathaniel. All right, so I'm still waiting on 2 of the participants. I'm not seeing 2 of them. So if you guys are online in the YouTube, please make sure you are joining us where you should. So all right, Gary Nick is here, still waiting on Demar. Waiting on Demar. All right, just one more person to get started. Hi, Jenny. How are you guys doing? All right, so Nathaniel. So Nia Gabriel, just remind me of the name again. I somehow have forgotten the name of that student. All right, so where is Demar? I just spoke to him. He said okay, but I'm not seeing him on. I'm giving you 1 minute, Demar. You have to join now, or I'm going to pick somebody else from the chat. So where is he? It's now 5:36. You should all be ready. Hi, Malika. How are you doing? Hi, Antoine. How are you doing? Let me see. He's typing a message. Okay, okay. All right, so I don't know what he's typing. It may mean I need to get another student from another male student. Hold on, he's having trouble. Hi, Nia. All right. So just giving Demar 1 more minute to join. He said he was having some issues with the password. So giving him 1 more minute to join. Make sure you, oh, I see some people with their papers ready. Jana is ready with her paper. Ready to, yes, and I see Madison too. That way you have your paper? Okay, so Demar is finally joining us. All right, Gary Nick has her paper. Dayton, where's your paper? Nothing to work out on? Demar, we are waiting, sir.
Hi,
Yes,
Miss.
hi. All right, so please, if possible, turn the cameras on. We are ready to start. You are waiting on you, sir. All right, so are we ready? Who will go first? Boys or girls? Let me see somebody type it in the chat real quick, and then whoever types it in the chat first, girls or boys? So if I see girls, the girls get the first question. If I, not this chat, I mean the chat on YouTube. Remember, we're on YouTube as well, so I want to get them involved. So somebody from the YouTube chat, type boys or girls, who should get the first question. All right, so Haley said girls, so the girls will get the first question. All right, so are we ready now? Guys, those of you watching on YouTube, you can also participate, try to answer the questions. So let's go. Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
Yes,
okay.
yes, I'm ready.
Veronique and Demar, your cameras are not on. Demar. All right, so let me see if I can. Oops. I want to be able to see what's in the chat as well. All right, let's go. First question to the girls. Would you rather me do it this way or put it on the screen like I did the last time with the slideshow?
Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen.
Oh, all right, so let me do that. All right, so let me
Put it
do
on the
that.
screen.
Okay, okay. All right, so let me do that. Slideshow. Beginning. All right, so there we go. Oh, but then it means I can't see what's going on in the chat, so let me just bring that up on my phone so I can see what's happening in the chat. Give me 1 second, guys. See, I need an assistant and I have too many things to do at the same time. Where is YouTube now? But I still have to see. When I have it like this, I can't see what's going on in the chat. So this way. All right. There we go. First question for the girls. Here you go. Girls. Remember, first correct answer, well, first answer I hear from the girls, that's what I will take. I need an answer from the girls. You have to say what the answer is. Are you still working it out? Oh, is that okay?
12,096.
All right, that is correct. One for the girls. All right, boys, here's your question.
Wait, miss, are you supposed to type it in the chat or say it?
No, you have to say it all out. We don't have to, I don't have time to go to any more chats. You have to, you are online here with me, live and direct. So you're gonna say it out loud, okay? All right, so boys, here's your question.
24.
All right, so
13,152.
Okay, that is correct. 13,152. So one for the boys, one for the girls so far. Let's go to the next question. Girls.
Ancient, Miss.
All right.
Ancient.
That is correct. Remember, girls, I'm going to be taking the first answer. So the first answer is incorrect. That's the one I'm going with. Okay. So any girl that answers first, that's what I'm going with. So the correct answer is ancient. All right. Let's go to the boys. And same thing for you boys. Whoever answers first, that's the answer I'm taking.
Narrow.
All
Narrow.
right. That is correct. That is correct. So boys, you also get a point. All right. So for those who might be on YouTube, you guys might be seeing it a little bit delayed from what we're doing here. But the correct answer, hopefully when I get there, you would have heard what the student said, and then you'd be able to hear the response, whether it's correct or not. So the correct response for this one, adjective, identify the adjective, narrow. All right, so girls, find the next number in the pattern, 3, 12, 48, 192.
768.
All right, that is correct. Boys, here's your question. Find the next number in the pattern. All right, so I'm seeing.
1280.
Okay, that is correct. What? You guys are evenly matched today. All right, are you guys playing it safe? Girls, your question again? So we are 3-3 so far.
6, 8.
So 12, 8.
And
11,
that
8.
is- All right.
11. 11.
Yeah, but the
Miss,
incorrect answer came first. So
Oh,
girls lost us a point there. Well, you didn't lose a point, you just didn't get a point right now. All right. So the correct answer would have been 11/8 or 1 and 3/8.
3-8.
Boys, here's your question.
Because you changed it to a mixed number.
11 tenths.
All
Or
right,
1 and 1.
that is correct. All right, so boys, you are ahead just by 1 point. Let's see if the girls can. Here's your question, girls. Malika, I hear you laughing in the chat.
Phenomena.
Huh?
Phenomena.
All right, that is correct. Boys, here's your question.
Criterias.
All right, that is incorrect. Criteria. All right, so you guys are now back on the same points, but the boys also missed a question. All right, so we are back to the girls.
Oh, Miss.
All right, that is correct. I hope somebody else is helping me to score. So far we are 4-4. Now the girls are 1, or they are on 5. We are going to the boys for their answer. And hopefully when it's like this, you guys will be able to see. So if you go back to watch the videos, then you can pause it and try to answer and see what the questions are. So I'll maybe do this even when I'm just doing it online, have it on screen just like this so you guys can see the questions. All right, boys?
T.
All right, you are correct. Girls. Three more. Okay. Three more is answering away in the chat. Girls. Five, four, three, two, one. Let me hear a response, guys.
Miss, it's the 140.
What did you say? Say it again.
144.
All right, that is
144.
correct. But you guys, I'm gonna start passing the question if you take too long to answer, okay? Try to answer as quickly as possible. All right, boys, here's your question.
$150.
Okay, that is correct.
150.
Yes, that's correct. All right, so I think we are all tied up again, boys and girls on the same score. Okay, girls.
Intelligent.
All right,
Oh,
I
do you
heard
want
it.
to
I
I
heard the
thought
wrong
you
thing.
meant
I heard the wrong thing first. So what would be the correct thing though? Just for those who are watching. So what's a synonym for generous? A synonym for kind. Right. So let's go to the boys.
Old.
old.
All right, that is correct. The boys get 1 point. Old. All right, let's go to the girls.
Foot.
All right, that is correct. Let's go to the boys.
Plant. Branch.
All right, I heard plant. I'll take it. I'll take plant. That is correct. All right. Let's go to the girls.
$45.
That's correct. 45 is the answer. Just for those who are watching, if you might not have heard, the correct answer is 45. And I'm gonna perhaps start looking in the chat to see who's answering first in the chat as well. All right, let's go to the boys.
60.
All right, you see, my this question is easy. You know, you guys
60.
listening in so fast. All right, 60. Let me see now. Let me see. All right, so as soon as I finish this set of paper, then I'm going to have it be where girl or boy, whoever answers first, then you get 2 points, okay? So just have some more questions to ask on this sheet and then we do it that way. All right, so girls.
Scientist and discovery.
All right, that is correct. Scientist, discovery. Boys.
Captain and ship.
Okay, that is also correct. Boys, captain, and ship. All right, let's go to the girls.
A
Cylinder.
cylinder.
Who answered? Why am I hearing the boys answer? This is not a question for the boys. You might lose a point if you answer out of turn. All right, so that is correct, girls. Cylinder. Let's go to the boys.
Evening, miss.
Somebody say good evening to me.
Carrot.
No, I missed it. She gonna go and find something and do that. I missed it.
All right, that is correct.
Yeah.
Girls,
3,450.
okay. Make sure you say meters too, okay? 3,450 meters. That is correct, girls. Boys, here's your question.
2,750 meters.
All right, that is also correct. All right, let's go to, oops, girls.
ER.
All right, that is correct. Boys.
Full. Full.
That is also correct. Suffix ending. All right, so let's see. One more set of questions, ability test questions, and then we go to throwing out the answer. Whoever answers first, whether it's a boy or a girl, then you guys will get 2 points. Okay, so this is a final set for the girls.
August.
Okay.
Does anybody cancel on?
All right, that is correct.
Miss,
And
anybody can answer?
no, not yet. Boys question now.
October. December.
Somebody said October, so no points for the boys. The correct answer is December. All right, so let me see where the scores are at this point. I do have somebody scoring again in the chat as well. But let me just put the points up for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 for the girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. So you guys are tied. All right, so what I'm going to do to make that a bit more interesting, I'm going to remove this screen so that I can at least see all of you, and it will help me to understand who is answering first. So you will not be able to see the questions anymore. You're just going to have to listen to the question and then answer, okay? Remember, this one is open to both boys and girls. The first correct gets 2 points. If you answer first and your question is incorrect, you're going to lose 2 points.
Okay, you're listening.
So you're going to make sure you listen carefully, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can see everybody on the screen. On my side, I can't see you. Did somebody disappear? Who's not? 3. Okay, we're all here. All right. So are we ready now? Are we ready?
Yes, miss.
All right. There's one person who is not being shown on this screen, and I don't know how to fix. Oh, everybody's here now. All right, perfect. All right. So let's go to the first question. Like I said, it's gonna be thrown out, boy or girl, and I want those in the chat, if possible, to help me to see who answered first. But hopefully, I should be able to tell who is answering first. All right. So, question. What is the, and I make sure I hear the complete answer, you know. Make sure I hear the complete answer. Find the area of a triangle with base 10 centimeters and height 6 centimeters.
60 centimeters squared.
30 centimeters squared.
30
Alright.
centimeters
squared.
All right, so who answered first? I think it was a boy,
Dayton and then me.
and he answered incorrectly. So the boys lose 2 points. All right, so the boys lose 2 points for this one. All right, sorry, not girls. The answer is thrown out again. Language arts, you're going to identify the pronoun in this sentence. They finished the work early. Identify.
They.
All right, I think that came from Dayton.
Yes.
So they got back their 2 points.
All
All right. It's getting a little bit challenging for me to see. So I don't know how else am I going to be able to identify who is first. So it's getting a little bit challenging, but let's see. Maybe those in the chat will be able to tell me who answered first. All right, so next question. How many vertices does a cube have?
8.
All right, so Dayton again with that one. That is correct. All right, next question. Find the circumference of a circle with diameter 14 centimeters. Use pi equals 22/7. Use pi equals 22/7.
44.
All right, so that was Dayton again. Hope I'm seeing that correctly. So let's go now to another question. Find the next number. Find the next number in this series. 2, 8, 32, 128. What's next? So 2, 8, 32,
1024.
All right, that is incorrect.
512.
All right, so I got an incorrect answer. I'm just taking off the points. So that's 2 points off for the girls. All right, so let's go now to the next question. Find the area of a circle with radius 10 centimeters. You're going to use pi equals 3.14. Find the radius of a circle. Sorry, find the area of a circle with radius 10 centimeters. Use pi equals 3.14.
Miss 13.14 centimeters squared.
All right, that's incorrect. The answer is 314 centimeters squared. All right, so 2 points off for the boys. Let's go to the next question. Identify the tense, right? Language arts. She will complete the work.
Future.
All right, so that is Dayton again. That is correct, future tense. All right, so the boys are at 7. Let me just say the boys are at 17. The girls are on 11. So girl, you have a little bit of work to do. Let's see how we can catch up, okay? Let's go to the next question. Seven over 9 times 3/4. Mathematics. 7 over 9 times 3/4.
21/36.
Who answered?
Me.
No, the girl.
Mm,
What was the answer?
712.
21 over
No, the
36.
girl. I think it was Gianna.
So,
It was a girl's voice I heard heard answer
21
first.
over 36.
It was
Okay.
me. Me.
All right, something's wrong with the connection, but I know it was a girl. So that is correct. The girls got that one correct.
Mhm.
So the girls are now on 13. Still have a little bit of catching up to do. Next question, language arts. Identify the preposition in this sentence. Identify the preposition in this sentence. The children ran across the field.
Across.
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 Across. Across.
All right, so I think I heard a boy answer first. I can't hear. Somebody saying something? All right, so 2 more for the boys. They are now at 19. Let's go. If it is 4:25 right now, what time will it be in 3 hours and 35 minutes? It's now 4:25. What time will it
8
be in
o'clock.
3 hours? All right, Dayton,
8 o'clock.
that is correct.
8 o'clock.
All right, that's correct. Next question. It is now 5:40. It's now 5:40. What time will it be in 2 hours, 50 minutes?
8:30.
All right, so that was Dayton again. So the boys have 23 points. All right, let's go. One more question. No, not one more question, but let's go. Find the area of a triangle with the base 12 centimeters, height 8 centimeters. Find the area of a triangle with base 12 centimeters, height.
48 centimeters.
It was a girl's voice.
Yes, I heard the girl voice. Let me hear the answer. The girl who was
48
answering.
centimeters square.
Okay, that is correct. So that's 15 for the girls, 23 for the boys. All right, let's go to one more question. Identify the pronoun in this sentence. We completed the project.
We.
We.
It was a girl's voice.
Boy,
Girl,
boys.
that's what I'm
We.
here. Tell me which is
Boy,
a girl.
boys.
Yes. No, it was a girl. It was a
It
girl.
was a
It was a girl. The correct answer is we. All right. So those in the chat, I see you guys are doing your thing as well. Thank you so much for that. All right. So we're gonna do 5 more questions, okay? 5 more questions and then we close off the quiz.
87.
5 more questions, we close off the quiz. All right. Let's see now. I should draw for some long time questions. Let me see. Hold on there. But these questions look very, very easy, guys. I'll get in it so quickly. Let me see if I can find something a little bit more challenging. Let's see if I can find something a little bit more challenging. You guys are answering the questions so easy. I mean, that's good. That means you guys are doing well, right? So nothing is really wrong with that, but I'm just saying. Where are the questions? forget about that. Those papers are not very organized. So let me continue if I can do it. All right, so find the circumference of a circle with diameter 21 centimeters, and you're going to be using pi equals 22/7. Find the circumference of a
66
circle.
centimeters squared.
Huh?
66 centimeters squared.
And that is incorrect. Circumference is not squared. So we subtract 2 points, so the correct answer would have been 66 centimeters, right? Not 66 centimeters squared. All right, so that's one question out of the 5. Let's go to another question. Another math question. 42 times 12 plus 35 times 8. So what is 42 times 12 plus 35 times 8?
4,312.
That is incorrect. So we're going to subtract 2 from the girl.
708.
Somebody said something already.
All right, but let me hear what the correct, because we still need to have the correct answer so that those who are watching. So what was the correct answer?
784.
All right, 784 is correct. All right, but you're not getting any points though. Just stating what the correct answer was. All right, so guys, let's see. We have 3 more questions. Let's go to the ability test question. If A equals 1 and B equals 2, C equals 3, what is M? M as in monkey. So A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3.
13.
I think that was the boy.
13.
No, Miss, it was a girl.
It was a
Which
boy.
girl? All right. So that's what? How many questions are we now? 3 or 4? One more to go?
No, Miss.
No, Miss, it's 2.
2 more to go? All right. So let me see if I can find a language arts question. Language arts. Give an antonym for victory.
Defeat.
Last.
Okay. That is correct. Defeat. All right. One last question.
Yes.
One last question.
Math, Miss.
Huh?
Math.
It definitely will be a math question. All right. So let me see.
Miss, tell Dayton to use his mic.
To mute his mic. You don't have to mute. You
Mhm.
don't have time to unmute. So that's the problem. You guys are muted. No, you keep it open. Keep the
Wow.
mics open. Because when you have to unmute, then you're wasting time. I won't hear you until you unmute. So maybe that was part of the issue. You guys have the things muted and not saying the answers fast enough. What?
Everyone's mic is open.
It all should be open. All right, let's go to the final math question. Should I not? Let me see. All right, so let's do another one of these. 36 times 15 plus 48 times 10. 36 times 15 plus 48 times 10.
One 1,020.
Okay, and that is correct, 1,020. You see, some people still had their mics muted, you know, and I said open the mics, but the mics were still muted, so that means you were not able to answer as quickly as possible. All right, so congratulations. Who won the last quiz that we had? Was it the boys or the girls?
It's the girls because I wasn't there last week.
Oh, you hear you, sir? All right, so we had girls, the girls won last week, the boys, so that means we need to do a tiebreaker
I wasn't
come next
there.
week, where we see now who will be victorious, whether it's the girls or the boys.
Miss, I can do
So-
more questions, Miss. It's not 6:30 yet.
What I'll do is, because I want to, no, I can't do that because I
You
started
can.
this live. No, the thing is, no, I started this live. I was planning to end this and then go back to regular, where you guys just answer, but I can't end this one because it will end the live altogether. All right, so let me see if I can find some questions from somewhere else and we continue. All right, but the match is over. The boys won this one.
Yeah.
All right, so a square has side 9 centimeters. What's the area?
36 centimeters.
36
No,
centimeters.
81 centimeters squared.
Wait,
Oh, okay, yes. So it's 81. So the square is 9. So remember the area is length. In this case, since it's a square, length times length. So 9 times 9, 81 centimeters squared. All right. Let's go to another question. If a dozen eggs cost $360, how much does one egg cost?
$36.
Incorrect.
$30.
$30. Who said 30? That was
Me.
Jana. Yes, 30. So a dozen, so that means you have to divide by 12 days and not 10. Because it's 12 of them. All right, so let's see if we can find another one. Listen carefully. 15 times 6 divided by 3. 15 times 6 divided by 3.
30. 30.
30.
Oh, so now that the quiz pressure is off, the girls are answering.
Yes,
Hmm?
Miss.
Yeah.
Now that the pressure is off, the girls are answering. That is correct. The answer is 30. All right, let me see if I can find some more questions. So you guys say you want more questions. All right, so round this number off to the nearest 10,000, okay? 784,561.
780,000.
All right, that was quick. All right, let's see this one now. Divide, this is a division question. Divide 4,536 by 18.
36.
252.
36.
All right, that is correct. Was that Madison?
Yes.
All right, that is correct. 252. All right, let's do one more math question. All right, so multiply, and then I want the answer in its lowest terms, okay? So you're gonna do multiplication of these two fractions, but I want the answer in its lowest or simplest term. 2 over 3 times 9 over 10.
3/5.
3/5.
All right, that is correct. I think that was Gianna. That is correct. Let me see if I can find another one. What time is it? 6:18? All right, let me see if I can find another one. All right, 7 over 8 minus 3 over 5. 7 over 8 minus 3 over 5.
Miss 7 over 8 minus 3 over 5.
Yes, that's what I said.
20 over 40 or 1/2, miss.
Mm-mm.
Miss,
Incorrect.
11 over 40.
That's correct.
11 over
11 over 40. 11 over 40. All right. Let's do one more. If a number is multiplied by 4 and the answer is 72, what's the number?
18.
18.
Okay, that is correct.
18.
All right, one last one. What is 0.5 times 0.5?
0.25.
All right, that is correct. All right, so that's where we stop with the quiz. That's where we stop with the quiz for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. Garnica say no? Why you say no?
Scott win.
Well, I mean, what can I say? The
Miss,
girls
the
won
boys that I
the
won last week, if the boys that I won last week, if I came.
Oh, well,
No.
we don't know that.
No, it is.
We don't know that. And we'll see who wins next time. And unfortunately, you guys won't be the ones to participate in the next one. Because, unless here's the thing. What I'm finding, because right now we have some grade, all right, so the grade 6, how many of you are grade 6 students?
Me.
Dayton, miss.
Madison, are you a grade 5 student?
Yes, miss.
And Jayana, are you grade 6?
No, Miss, grade 5.
Oh, but you did very well too. Demar, what grade?
Grade 5.
Oh, so we have 2 boys here from grade 5. All right, so here's the thing. Because the grade 6 students have their exams first, even after the grade 6 are finished, then we will still have time for the grade 5. So when we continue after they would have finished next month, then we will have a lot more of the lower level, right? Because some of these questions I do understand that it's not quite suited for grade 6. But because the grade 6, and of course there's a mixture, so there are questions that are still questions that grade 4 students and grade 5 students can answer as well. But most of these would basically, just to give them a little bit more practice since their exams are first, give them a little bit more. So most of the questions would be, geared towards the grade 6 students. Yes?
You don't post anymore. You just do live.
I know. I keep saying I'm going to do that, but time. Yes, because I should have posted a few more videos, to be honest. I should have. I keep meaning to do it, but the time.
Miss, where are you located?
Where I'm looking. All right, so I used to have a physical location, but because of work and other things, I started just doing online classes. But I do intend to go back to a physical location in a few months. Okay, in a few months, I'm trying to get that organized. And so I'll be able to do both my online classes and, in-person classes. But I've not yet worked that out, so I can't go into details as to where and all that good stuff. But you guys can listen out. You guys can hear where that, if it's going to come to a town near you. All right,
Because I'm
guys.
in
So
Kingston.
yeah. Well, that's it though. Thank you guys for showing up. And some of you have been coming online every week or almost every week. And I do appreciate that you guys are taking the time, not just to come on my live, but to
You miss.
do your part in getting yourselves prepared for your exams, right? All you can to get prepared for your exams that are coming up. So we will continue next week. I will see. Remember, guys, let me put my number again in the chat. For those who have not yet participated and would like to participate in the quiz, hopefully we get 3 first. See, I had to draw back for some people who were previously. Sit down, Miss Garinick. I had to draw back for some people who already participated because I could not get through to some other students who who had indicated that they wanted to. So somebody else is saying they want more videos. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to
And
put
I
the
saw
number
that you did
49.
karate classes.
Yes, karate, music, dance. They did quite a number of things when I had my physical look. I'm planning to do all those again. So that's why I need a physical space. That's the number, guys. So those who have not yet,
I
hold on a second. So
I
those who
hope
have
you
not yet, hold on a second. For those who have not yet participated in the quiz and you want to, you can send me a message. So I need 3 girls, 3 boys to participate in the next quiz, okay? All right, thank you
you
so
know
much,
what you
Sinclair.
should do? You should do grade 5 boys and girls versus grade 6 boys.
No, that would not be fair. Grade 5 versus grade 6. That would not be fair.
Boys versus girls.
Yeah, man, that's what we're doing, boys versus girl. But what I'm going to do, like I said, based on the fact that grade 6 would be first, I'll try to, I'm not trying to, because I want everybody to still be participating, still be learning, still be getting something out of the session. So I still try to create a mix, but I still want to make sure that the questions are not just on a low level, because I want the grade 6 students to be benefiting as much as possible from the sessions too, especially since their time is shorter. Right after next month, they will not necessarily be joining us online for May and June, because their exams would have been finished. So then all the grade 5 and grade 4 will still be participating, and then you guys will get the opportunity to be getting questions at your level. Okay, so just trying to be fair to everybody, because the grade 6 students do need the help. They get their exams first. All right, so I'm going to promise though to try to do some videos, especially for grade 5 and grade 4.
You have a
Is there
lot of
anything from grade 6? Is there anything from grade 6 that I have missed? Any of the past papers for grade 6 on the
this.
YouTube? I know I'm short with grade 5. I miss a lot for grade 5. But
I was asking if you have a lot of past papers.
I do have all the past papers that I have. If you guys want access to those, I give them. You can send me a message on WhatsApp for the past paper. If I have it, then I'll send it to you, no issue. So if you need copies of the past papers, you can request them and I will send them to you guys, okay? What I have, if I don't have it, I can't send it. But what I have, I don't have an issue sharing with you guys so you can practice at home, okay? So the message is in the chat. You can send me a WhatsApp message. Remember, send me a WhatsApp message indicating your name. And if you're a boy or girl, hopefully I'll be able to tell by the name and that you want to be in the quiz, or you can tell me that you need some specific past paper. You can't just tell me you need past paper. You have to tell me which past paper you want. And then hopefully I'll be able to pass that on to you guys as well. So all the best. Thank you for joining me for another week. And please invite out your friends next time. I guess you can share this video with them and let them see that you were participating in a quiz online.
This one of my friends texted you and me.
Oh
You
yes,
just sent a video
yes,
to one of
yes.
my friends.
What did you say?
I sent the video to one of my friends.
Okay, right. So you see, they'll be in the chat as well.
This
Okay.
Miss, I
All
got to
right. You see
go.
those people in the chat because I'm not over there. They're not behaving themselves in the chat over there. YouTubers, the ones who are on the live stream YouTube, I keep telling you guys, behave yourself in the chat. You only need to interact with me. You don't need to interact with each other. When I get about two, I need about two moderators who can quiet down the chat and okay, so I see a moderator right there. Right, so yes, you will get blocked. You won't be able to come back and participate. So just be, you guys are students, come on, man. You should learn how to play nice and be decent. Okay, so that's it, guys. I will see y'all next week with some new faces here
Bye,
to join us for
miss.
the quiz. But if not, then perhaps I'll have to tell a few of you to rejoin next week if I don't get persons willing to join from the chat. All right. So take care. See you guys next week.
Okay, miss.
All right.
Bye,
Bye,
Miss.
Bye, miss.
All right.
Bye, miss.